All right, so this is bars 30 to 37, if I'm not mistaken. So how do you play those? You start off with ring finger in third position of the A string and middle finger in second of the G string. And you play them together with a thumb. Make a pull off with your middle finger, and then play second position of the D string with your middle finger. And I play it with my index finger, like this. Then with a slap and flick, I play third position of the B string, like this. Then put your middle finger on second position of the G string. You play it with your index finger, and then you make a thumb. It's like this. 3, 4. Then you play it once more. Slide to fourth. And then you play second position of that G string again. And you make a slap and flick and you hit D and G string. It's like this. 3, 4. Then play open G string. Then you play open B string and make a hammer with your little finger in third position of that B string. It's like this. 3, 4. Then with a thumb, you play third position of the E string. I play it with my thumb here, and I make a thump. Then put your index finger in first position of the B string, and you play B and G string together, like this. Then slap and flick on open B and G string. And then with your index finger, you play second position of the G string. It's like this. So from the beginning, 3, 4. Then thump and open E string. Then you play second position of that G string. Make a pull off. Then make a slap and flick, and with that flick you hit the G and B string open. It's like this. Then with your thumb you play open D string, and then you make a slide towards ninth position of the G string. And because we're on the with a capo on first fret, that slide of course goes to 10th on the guitar. Normally I just refer to it as first, second, and third. But because we're going so far up the neck, that might be confusing. So it's actually 10th in reality, but in relation to the capo, it's going to be 9th. So like this, 3, 4. So let's try to play those first two bars together. 3, 4. 3, 4. So after that slide, you play open D string with a thumb. And then you play 7th position with your index finger, like this. Then you get a slap and flick. And when you make that flick, you hit the D and G string, like this, starting on that open D string. 3, 4. Then you play open D string with your thumb. Then G string with your index finger. Your index finger is of your left hand, so your first finger of your left hand is still on that 7th position. And then you play a thumb and a flick on D and G string. And you slide down. So like this. 3, 4. Once more. 3, 4. Yeah, then you play that open B string. After that, a slap. And then you play third position of the B string. And you play G and B string with index and middle finger. So let's try to play those 3 bars together. 3, 4. Then we get a repeat, more or less, of bar 31. So you play that third position of the G string again, or the E string again. You play it with your thumb and you make a thump. Then index finger or little finger on first position of the B string, and you play G and B string with index and middle finger. Then slap and flick on G and B open. And then second position of the G string, like this. Sorry. And then we play open E string with a thumb. Then second position of the G string, make a pull off. Make a slap and flick on G and B open. Make open G string with your index finger. So like this. And after that you play open B strings like this. So let's try to play those first 4 bars together. Okay, so now we go to bar 34, and there you play the following thing. So what do you play? You play D string open, then second position of the G string with your second finger, and you play it with your index finger, like this. Then slap and flick. The flick goes on the D and G string, like this. Then a thumb and open D string. Then open G and B string with index and middle finger. Like this. Then a slap. And then third position of the B string with your little finger. And you play G and B string together. Like this. Once more, 3, 4. Then you play exactly the same as in bar 33. So, with the exception of the very last note. So instead of playing open B and G string, you play a slide towards 7th position with your ring finger. Like this. And that's the only difference. So you play. So let's try to play that together. 3, 4. Then in the next bar you play the following thing. I play D string open. I have a sort of a D chord here, so index is in second position of the G string and ring finger in third of the B string. So I play, thumb plays the D string with a thump, then middle finger plays the B string, then I play a slap and flick. The flick goes over D, G, and B string, like this. Then index finger plays G string, and that middle finger plays the B string. And then I play open D string and a thumb. Like this. Then I play open E string and third position of that B string. So ring finger is still in right position, the correct position. Then a slap and flick, and the flick now goes over all. So like D, G, B, and E string. It's like this. And then I play with my middle finger the B string. So that bar goes like this. 3, 4. So let's try to play those 3 bars, 34, 35, and 36 together. 3, 4. Then in the last bar, you get the following thing. And what do you play? You play D string and B string together. We still have that little chord from the previous bar. So you play it with thumb and middle finger, and of course a thumb. You can pull off with your ring finger, play second position of the G string, and then play a slap and flick on the D and G string. Like this. Then we play with our index finger, sort of a downstroke on the D and G string, upstroke with that index finger, and then we play it once more with a downstroke and a thumb, like this. That's pretty much it. Let's try to play bars, let's see, bars 30 to 37 together. 3, 4. And that's pretty much it. I didn't play it flawless, but I didn't have a lot of time. So this, for now, will have to make do. The next parts will come at some point, but I'm not really sure when. There's a couple of repeats in there, so a lot of the new stuff has been covered. So you should be able to play most of the song, or figure out most of the song by yourself by now. But yeah, I'll keep working on it. Bye.